Hello and welcome to the Digital Perspectives. I'm Praveen Gautam. I help entrepreneurs and enterprises just like yours to build the digital brand and monetize it. Yes, Thursday afternoon, we're a little bit delayed today, running behind. But just, want to touch base actually if you're if you are checking out this from different social media, including Facebook, Instagram, or that might be YouTube Live, or that might be in LinkedIn. So yeah, feel free to give us a thumbs up, comments, or share this post. And thanks for all the feedback you have given on the first episodes of 2021, all about branding and monetization. Yes, we covered about the how to build your brand, but also about the research, thought leadership on the research, as well as about the marketing and sales, where we talked about post sales, sales, and and obviously the pre sales. So if there's any questions about your branding or anything, feel free to just jump in and type out. If there's anything we can be a service to you, you can email me at praveen@visionetwork.com.au. Now, today's topic is we're talking about lead generation. Yes, lead generation and marketing trend for 2021, and I think that's one of the blog I wrote a couple of I think almost in December around the holidays time, and that has gotten a lot of attractions and from the clients and get a lot of feedback. So I thought probably we can just go through it and what does that really mean for you to build your brand, especially if you're looking to increase your leads, increase your increase positioning your brand, or increase your market penetration, whatever it might be. So let's get into it. So let me quickly share the screen. That's it. Okay, all right. So first about is a LinkedIn. So I'm a great fan of LinkedIn, and many times the client says, "Oh, look, it's just a matter. LinkedIn is only for B2B. It doesn't really use for B2C." And I get that, but let me quickly clarify about the LinkedIn is it's not just about on B2B, because these days everything is coming up 360, because you can't just rely on one channels, whether that may be just the Facebook or just maybe Google Ads or just the SEO or just the email marketing. You just have to have a whole 360 channels working for you, or even sometime you have to use direct mail or your direct mail through the offline marketing. So whatever it might be, the name of the game is to get the message out there so that you can generate more leads and penetrate the market. So LinkedIn, first thing is obviously it's a more focusing on B2B, especially if you are trying to build a relationship with the decision makers. LinkedIn is perfect. Having said that, recently those who are not in a B2B side, more on B2C, especially some even we have seen some medical and dental practices, obviously they have jumped in, and number of the time I have been asked, what do you think about LinkedIn? Obviously we always tossed on Facebooks and other, but what's your third? I mean, couple of things here is finding the right persons. LinkedIn can also be used as a recruitment tool. So if you're looking for the doctors or dentists or medical professionals or anything on a decision makers or general managers or CEO, obviously LinkedIn is a perfect way to find or recruit the right people. That's one. Second thing is also, even though you are operating in B2C, but if you are looking to establish the relations with businesses, like that might be schools or charity or associations or local businesses around 20 to 30k radius, a little bit bigger, then obviously LinkedIn can be a perfect way to icebreaker tool, which means many times the campaigns we have done for our clients, it helps to at least set the appointments so they can go and see, or they can go and tell about the products and services. So I hope that gives you a little bit idea of LinkedIn, but I have got a whole separate specialized team who just generate the leads through LinkedIn. So if you want to deep dive on LinkedIn and know more about, again, reach out to me, just quickly PM me, and I'm happy to introduce with one of my experts, and we can deep dive for sure. Or even in the future episodes, I'm happy to bring them, and then we can ask all those questions you have got. Now, second thing, let's deep dive is about e-commerce. So you can see my screen here, e-commerce. So e-commerce also doesn't necessarily means that always you have to doesn't have to sell the things, but what it also means sometimes is the whole idea of the website need to be very friendly. So what does that also means is these days, a lot of the time is obviously in store to the traffic. So not many people are visiting your office or your practices, or that might be, so many times they're just jumping on virtually. So this what does that also e-commerce also means is making sure that either your clients or your patients or whoever the ideal buyers are, they can jump in, they can book their appointment, they can call very, very quickly. So the name of the game of the website is not just the graphics, it's a whole lead generation machine. So the website should have all the functionalities for you to generate the leads, for you to generate the appointments, for you to generate more revenues through the website. So I think that's about on the e-commerce. But also we have seen in last, especially during the COVID time in 2020, and now the website has a lot more functionalities, like chat functions, like chat bots, or like it might be it's integrated with some of the operators who is so the whole idea is not about just the 9 to 5, but also about operating from almost 24/7. And here we talked about speed is a competitive advantage, should be a competitive advantage for every business. So something about for you to think is your website really effective at the moment, or that is the website is really generating leads for you? That's something for you to think about. And if not, then obviously what are the ways find out how you can make the website more engaging, more functionality, so you can make your life, your client's life easy. So that's where e-commerce website. But if you're trying to sell from the websites, obviously through stores or cart system, that's also fine. But again, depends upon different clientele. I get that. All right, let's talk about get the cameras rolling. I think I'm a great fan of this, which also means these days, especially what we are seeing in social medias or in Google or any marketing channels, if you like, is more about videos. So I'm sure you would agree, rather than content, video is getting more noticed. So it just stands out, which means it's a short and sharp videos. And whether you're comfortable with doing a Zoom, whether you're comfortable with doing a live streaming like this, what we are doing. So the more of your clients is want to see you, want to know about you, know about your brand, about what you are all about. And recently we have done for a couple of short videos, like welcome videos for different businesses, and that has got really noticed. We have done some testing without video and with video, and the website with videos really gets attracted, and it gets more inquiries, it gets more appointments. So that's something for you to think about, the videos. Now also I'm a great, obviously I love cameras, just doing this and doing some videos. But sometimes when you hesitate not to do it, what we can or what you should be also telling your media team is, obviously sometimes they can just add some photos and others, and just voice over. So there's a number of ways, but all I'm trying to say is the video is taking more attention, whether that may be paid or organic. It's something for you to think about in 2021. All right, so let's go deeper here. Google advertising, and timing is everything. Yes, timing is everything in Google, which also means, I'm curious if you are just watching this right now and curious how you're generating leads, whether that may be from social medias or from Google or from any of the channels. Just type it down, and that might be helpful for our community to share the knowledge. Now about Google, obviously last few months, there's so many things has changed, and obviously the whole expertise is you can again try to learn, but there's so many things, and I'm not sure you can't learn, but the whole idea is to making your life easier. So in Google Ads is itself a whole science and a whole chemistry there, and it's all about testing and measuring, and that's where we have a dedicated team who just focus on Google Ads. They eat and sleep and drink just the Google or Google Ads. So that's something for you. But if you're thinking long-term approach and you're thinking, look, I don't need a leads immediately, but more thinking for the brand awareness, some keywords I want to really rank up on the page, something for you to reflect on, which means some focusing on your content, making sure the content is friendly, and really end of the game. So making sure that the the whole standing or helping your buyers to find you very, very easily. But for simple things would be allocating some budget, whatever the budget, and I get to asked all the time, what is the right budget, Praveen? And look, again, it different with different clients. And obviously the first way is find out what your competitors are doing. Also check out who the competitors are, top 3 competitors, and find out what the budget. You can also these days check what are the ads they are running, how many Google ads they are running, how many social media ads. So from there you would know exactly. Now also measuring that KPIs, measuring that the whole results is a key. So it's all about starting with small, like $15, $20, $25 start with, and that can go up to $100, $200, $300, or even $1,000. Some of the clients we run more than 3,000 plus a day. So that's, again, everyone is very different, and that's where we don't have a sort of cookie cutter approach at Viz. We really tailor the solutions for our client, which means it depends upon what their demographics is, what their the practices or what the business is all about. So we understand them and create that whole 360 marketing solution. So that's about Google. Now a little bit, let's touch on social media. So social media now, obviously the question is which social media to choose on, because there's so many. Whether that maybe you're going in Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, or that my YouTube channel, or that might be TikTok. I don't know. That's something you need to figure out. But my simple answer is find out where your clients are, or hang out where your clients are. So if the clients are in LinkedIn, just you got to use the LinkedIn. If they are in Facebook, or then obviously you have to deep dive on Facebook. Now through this streaming, I also want to make sure that, especially moving ahead in 2021, what we have seen is organic reach is very, very low, which means hardly people are going to the post unless it is very personalized. It is a brand. You're sharing about your team, about you, about your brand. That's a separate. But obviously, if you're trying to commercialize post, it's hardly noticed, which means there's no much likes and shares. And no matter some of the pages we run more than 30,000 or 50,000 over likes, but still very less reach, which means focusing more on ads. Google is only, or Facebook is only giving, the social media platforms are only giving the opportunities or that reach to the paid ads. So that's something for you to think out. But before even you jump on which platform to go with, always make sure that you are you're very clear on what exactly you are trying to achieve, whether that may be the leads, whether you're trying to achieve the brand awareness, whether you're trying to achieve the sales or retargeting. Now also sometimes social media just can't be used on finding new. It can also be in retargeting, and that's where you need specialists, which means, suppose, I'll give you an example. Someone have just visited your website, right? So, and they haven't purchased yet. However, what you can perhaps do is, you can run the ads, those visitors with the pixel ads, those visitors who have gone through your websites, you can retarget them through your Facebook, or you can retarget it through your other social media channels. So that can be done. It's a very simple way. And now also a little bit going deeper, if they have gone through any specific service page like this service or this product, then when they change the platform, let's say they move to Instagram or they move to other platform, then you can follow that, or only the right message to the right client, with the right channel. So that's also can be done, which means, again, specialized knowledge, specialized message we need, and that's where you need specialized team. And that's what we feel very proud to have to deliver for our clients in, day out. So if you need a bit of help on the social media, obviously generating leads, generating opportunities, or generating more new clients, so yeah, reach out to me. That's for the social media. Now let's talk a little bit about SMS campaign. Yes, in last year or two, obviously SMS has been very, very popular, even more than an email, because SMS is simply get noticed or simply get consumed, which also means someone you call, if you just texted it, that the chances are they will open it straight away rather than you sending emails. Because the problem is we get so many emails a day. There's more than 50 or 100, or especially if you're running multiple businesses, multiple centers or multiple clinics or multiple practices, obviously there's 100 things. So it's very, very hard. So get that SMS campaign means obviously it's open very quickly and easy to respond. So I think if you haven't done the marketing yet, especially SMS marketing, then perhaps that might be something for you to think about in your marketing campaign. Add that as a mix. But all I'm saying is, look, you don't have to just rely on one channel, but you have to have a mix of those channels wherever your users hang out with. And obviously the last, second last is of a content creation, which means you need a content. Content has always been a very important, especially on the website. And now we have seen is not just the plain text for Google for the sake of Google, but obviously content which stands out, which is really different, which also either you can add videos, whether you can use GIF, or whether you can use some images, branding image or personalized image, which means really it get noticed. And that's what Google is giving more emphasis on 2021. Now, last but not the least is all about campaign analytics, which I'm a great fan of the data, because everything is data, because these days you can't just do for the sake of doing, right? Because everything is return with investment. So you got to measure that analytics. So whether that maybe I'm talking about Google Analytics, whether I'm talking about web analytics, whether I'm talking about email marketing analytics or social media analytics. So you using a different platforms like Hootsuite, or using different platforms. So you really understand what analytics, what people are viewing, what time they are consuming, what product services space they are doing. So that also means you can update, you can test and measure. And that's the beauty of digital channels, because you don't have to just, hypothetically, you don't have to just do it. The good thing about it, you can change, you can test, you can measure every week or so. So that's about it. So pretty much all about here we are talking about, we just touched on the LinkedIn, obviously helping you to reach out to more B2B or relationship with your clients. We talked about the website, how it needs to be functionalities, which we say in our terms is a results-driven website, or the website which generate leads. We talked about the videos, quick short videos, which is so important to generate leads. Google Ads, or with that might be SEO, and the social media, with the right social media to the right channels, to the right clients or the right patients, if you like. And the SMS campaign, obviously we talked about the SMS, which means highly noticed and it gets open. And the last is content creation with analytics, which means who is viewing it, exactly what message to go through. So that's where you would have the campaign built in, tailored for you, and it is touched on different channels. So no matter where your clients are coming from, they will notice those contents, and they like to follow you, they like to add you, and obviously you would be the trusted preferred brand. So I hope that's give you a bit of idea. But all I'm trying to say is, it's not about relying on one campaign. It's like not like spray and pray just from one campaign, which sometimes a lot of the business owners make mistakes. Look, we spend 6 months on Facebook, but you know what? It hasn't really worked. So it's not about that Facebook, but the whole idea is haven't set that campaign properly, because there's not much very clear results. But if we work out with at least 3 to, not that you have to do everything, but 3 to 5 channels, then we can test and measure. And very, very quickly, in under 90 days, you can figure out which channel is working really effective for you and where is the return of investment. So that's where we need to find out. And I hope that's give you a bit of idea. But if you have any questions, reach out to me. All the details, praveen@viznetwork.com.au, or you can give us a call at 1-300-777-847, or that might be more information of viznetwork.com.au. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful afternoon ahead, and I will see you next week. By the way, if you have any questions about your brand, or with your digital brand, or your monetizing, including your lead generation and marketing, reach out to me. Until then, you take care. Bye for now.